Peace, diehards. What's up? It's your boy Eru, host of the Knicks podcast. Got a new segment here. I'm going to be doing a diehard spotlight to a couple former Knicks and stuff. That I'm just paying attention to what they're doing, off the court, or what they've been doing since they retired or since they left the team. This, that, and the other, man. But what came across my range of vision is Nate Robinson, man. A few months back, I want to say maybe a few weeks back, he had like an event where he was supposed to broadcast it live on IG, and I tuned in for it and I was watching. So I'm wondering why Nate wasn't there. So they were saying, "Oh, Nate wasn't there," this and that. So I was doing research and stuff like that. So it comes to find out that Nate had kidney failure, which breaks my heart because he's one of my favorite Knicks, man. I don't really have too many favorite Knicks, man, but just memorable players and stuff that had a lot of big moments in my just like my fandom. That I've been watching the Knicks, man. Even though the Knicks lost during the time he was a Knick, it was a lot of fun watching Nate Robinson and the rest of the guys play. So anyway, through further research, like he really had kidney failure, not just at the moment. He had kidney failure since the beginning of his NBA career. So let's get into this, man. This kind of breaks my heart, but at the same time, like Nate Robinson, his energy wasn't heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? His energy was not heartbreaking. It was just like just letting you know, because now it is out there. The cat is out the bag. Now I gotta say something. So shout out to Playmakers HQ. This is their channel here. I am subscribed here, so I'm just pointing out their video here. They actually did a mini documentary. It's only 5 minutes and 47 seconds long, so I don't want to waste so much time, playing anything of it, because I mean, you guys really need to click this video and just hear it from Nate Robinson's mouth. It's amazing, that he was diagnosed so early. So let's just play it here from the part that matters to the Knicks here. As you can see, that's Nate Robinson there, and he starts right away. He just throws it right in your face.
When I was with the Knicks in 2006, my doctor, Lisa Callahan, found my blood pressure to be pretty high, and they ran tests and did a whole bunch of stuff and seen that my kidneys were failing.
Man, that is heartbreaking. Since that far, like 2006, that was a long time ago. We're talking about 16 years ago, right? I mean, it's 2022. I'm not good at math, but that was a long time ago that he was diagnosed with this. And for all the things that he's been through his career, as far as being benched for no reason, but which we'll talk about that in a second. Just not being utilized properly throughout his career. Basically they took his career from him after 10 years in the NBA. He still had mad energy. He still was dunking on cats, at that size and that age. You know what I'm saying? So he still had a lot of basketball left in him. Shout out to the Chicago Bulls. He basically put them on his back in that playoff run, and they rewarded him by kicking him off the team, and he ended up in another situation, man. So, Nate Robinson had a good career, not great, but it could have been great. And it is great now, because now that we know this whole time, out of everything that he's been through, whether it's negative or positive, mostly positive, just a lot of spirited stuff, a lot of memorable things that he's done, whether it was the fight against Melo, which was ugly, but it's those things that we constantly keep talking about, man. So it's amazing that all this time that he was dealing with kidney failure this entire time. Now, in the beginning, I guess like the high blood pressure and stuff, because I'm pretty familiar with it. I personally used to work in a hospital, so I used to actually serve food to all kind of patients, man. So I got familiar with renal disease and things of that nature, man. So if things are similar, there's different stages and different forms of things, man. So I get it, man. I get where it goes, and I just don't know how he was able to maintain such a level of fitness up until recently. I think the last time that we seen him do anything physical was that boxing match, of course, that everybody dissed him now. But the same thing like Chadwick Boseman, Chadwick Boseman passed away and stuff, so it's a little bit different. But I mean, we didn't know what he was going through at the time. Why would he, choose to do something, or why would he put certain videos out there? We find out that Chadwick Boseman passed away. Now, Nate Robinson, who still looks strong, even in his video, looks pretty strong, man. But you could tell something going on, because kidney failure tends to really dry you out in the eyes and stuff like that. So you can kind of see the symptoms, But it's heartbreaking, man, because I know the energy that they take zaps from you. So for him to be able to maintain such a level of athleticism, he is a freak, and like now I talk about it all the time. Guys like Steph Curry and all of our great players that are out in this era, you really should not cherish them, but really remember them for who they are, instead of getting into so many arguments, fighting and stuff like that. Because when you see amazing things, you really don't appreciate it until these people are almost out of here. Or until something comes out with it where they say that something was happening to them, something tragic, and now all of a sudden everybody wants to put out videos and stuff, kind of like this one. So listen, this is my chance here to give my flowers to Nate Robinson. So it is what it is here, man. This isn't for, if Nate takes a look at this, man. Listen, man, I love you, bro. Although the love and so, I mean, that boxing match, man, you wore orange and blue. So we know what it is, man. That the orange and blue New York spirit is in your heart. You're there for the fans. You always make an appearance for the Knicks whenever they call you, and you always do a good job. Always pleasant. When 'cause I never met you personally, but I see other people, they post pictures and stuff like that. You're very warm and genuine and stuff like that, and that resonates through right through the screen. So it's believable. People love you, man. And if you didn't know, now you know, man. So let's get into some of my Nick shenanigans here, man. So here, listen, let's get into some back in the day stuff, man. So this is Nate Robinson's career. Like I said, he played about 10 years, right? He started in 2005 to 2016, so about 11 years or so. He played in the NBA. So one thing I want to talk about is his Nick career. Look, 9 points a game for his first season, all the way up to the year that half a year where he got traded to Boston. We guess we can give it right there. So I mean, during this time period, he averaged 12 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds. It doesn't really seem like a big deal. 79% from the free throw line, you know, uh, 35% from three, 28% from the field. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but we're talking about a dude that was listed at 5'9", and he most likely is closer to 5'7". You know what I'm saying? According to what people tell me. But what's amazing to me too is that people forget. Oh yeah, he was off the bench, right? But he did average 17 points a game for us one year. He played 74 games, 29 minutes per game, 43% from the field. 32% from three. What's a free throw? Free throws 84. He's always excellent free throw shooter. 4 assists, just about 4 rebounds. As a guy that's so short. So I mean, we can get into the record and stuff like that, which you're not going to do. But it's just the talent wise. Nate Robinson was a big time talent. He had good percentages and stuff like that. Definitely the heart of a New York City ball player. It's like these guys from Seattle, man, have a lot of New York swag. So there's a lot of parallels with the way those guys grew up over there basketball there, because they're a hotbed and people don't really talk too much about. But as far as New York, they definitely respect it. They definitely reciprocate that love for basketball, man. And you definitely see it all in Nate Robinson's game, man. But that's one season that I want to point out, because the Knicks just dumped him. They got rid of him right after that. He ended up in Boston for a little stint where they didn't utilize him in the playoffs, man. I think him and Big Baby brought that up. They're saying that Doc Rivers just benched him, even though they led them to, I think it was Game 6, where they basically led them to that win. And then in Game 7, they just didn't play him for political reasons. So I mean, it's ridiculous. I already mentioned Chicago, but before Chicago, he played in OKC. Didn't really get no run there. He only played 4 games. Then he went to Golden State. He got 11 points per game. Like I said, Chicago. I said 13 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, and I said that he put them on his back. I'm talking about the playoffs. That playoff series, man. He basically won that one playoff series. So that's just what it is. He went to Denver, did the same thing, averaged 10 points per game, same percentages all across the board. Still very energetic, still dunking on cats, still being a very big time pest on defense, that type of thing. Go down here, and then they just basically just dumped him out the league. There's no reason for him not to be involved here. So now I wonder if maybe the kidney failure and stuff started to come into play. I really don't think so, because if you look later on in his career, he went on to play in the Big Three, and he dominated the Big Three. I think he won if I'm not mistaken, I believe he won a championship in the Big Three.
Look for Nate Robinson to try to win it with a three-point shot here.
Point game, Tri-State. Robinson against Big Baby. Look at Big Baby. Look at Robinson for the lead. Good. Tri-State wins it. What do you say, Nate?
Nate the Great. We predicted it. Nate just makes us look so good as announcers.
It's a shame what the politics of the game does to players, man. So look at the game logs. This is for the 2009-2010 season. Once again, this is for my Knicks fans here. If you guys remember, that was D'Antoni playing games with him. See, in the beginning there, did not dress for no reason. He just was straight up not playing him. Did not dress, not with the team. Then he brings him back here and lets him play a little bit. He goes a little stint here where he actually got some minutes. So we'll highlight this and we'll highlight this there. Look at the averages for this. 18 points per game. 3 assists, 2 rebounds. Like I said, the shooting percentages are all, about the same. 57% actually during that stint, 51% from three, 85% from the line. So I mean, he was kicking ass during that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game stint, and then they rewarded him by not playing him again. Didn't play, benched him, and then did not play for a whole bunch of games for no reason. The Knicks needed him. So of course, everyone remembers it comes back when he finally comes back. When the Knicks needed him to play, he drops 41. And then we beat Atlanta, whatever, man. I don't need to get into the details of that game, but 41 points, and you're trying to say that he was done. They tried to sabotage his career. He wasn't done. 41 points, come on, man. And then they used him sporadically. He got the 38 minutes, 31, back to 15, 10, did not dress. You know what I'm saying? They're playing games with his career. And I'll never forgive Dan Tony for that. I'm quite sure Nate Robinson had his words with him and whatever.
The question is, why did you bench me for a whole month?
Because
I wanted to ask.
now you don't want me to tell it, do you?
Man,
You want me to lie? Tell it.
You're live. Everybody wants to know. So we all want to know.
You know why? You got to make certain hard decisions, and you're trying to get the team together. And I thought you went off the reservation for a while, and I'm going, oh, you got to get him back in the box. And you came out and got 32 points after you came.
41, but who's counting?
Was it 41?
41, but who's counting?
I lost count.
We won that game for you.
Yes, we did.
What are you saying?
No, you won it for me. Thanks, I appreciate it. That's all for nice of you.
You did.
But you're unbelievable.
So I have a real question.
But I do.
What was it?
But I do regret not getting the most out of it because you were one of the best it could have been. And whether it was me or you or both of us, but it didn't really click. But I'm telling you what, talent-wise, you were off the charts. And I had some of my best. No, I had some of my best moments when you were shake and bake or something. No, there was about 3 months I'm going, this guy's unbelievable. And then we both went our separate ways. But you know what? You had a good career and you did a hell of a great. You got a long ways what you got.
Thank you, folks. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it, Coach.
Nate was erratic a lot of times, man, but through his energy, now you understand it now. Because the guy played with reckless abandon to begin with. That was just his nature. But now knowing that his entire pro career, he was dealing with kidney failure. Like I said, that takes a lot out of you. It zaps you up. And you'll find out more in that documentary what he was going through, man. So please support that, and please click it, and please watch the entire thing and share it and talk about it with your peers and stuff. That everyone needs to know what Nate Robinson was going through this whole time, and that puts his whole career in perspective, and it really truly makes him Nate the Great. So this is something that I made quite a while ago, actually, when I first started doing Instagram and stuff. I was trying to do my little memes. Every once in a while, I'll do some. Some of them pop. Some of these got 1,000 views. A lot of these have only a couple hundred. But here's one of the ones that nobody really saw here. It's to the left. I used Nate Robinson's Hold That moniker there. And so that's his little company. You can see it right here with the Die Hard Knicks logo podcast. I probably should remix this, but let's just click it so you guys can see what I'm doing here.
Kicks it out, Robinson. Robinson with 3 pointers. Kicks it out, Robinson. Robinson with 3 pointers.
Yeah, man. So that's my tribute there to Nate Robinson. But I didn't know it was going to be a tribute. It's a tribute for me because he's one of my favorite players. So I made that little meme. As of course as a promotion for my podcast. But that moment was his first in the first season, first game winner. He hit the game winner on Allen Iverson, man. So that's historic right there. He just had it. He always had it in him. Always a lot of spunk in that dude, man. So for him to shoot a game-winning shot over Allen Iverson, the guy had the balls of a freaking dinosaur. Yeah, dinosaur balls, man. So that's Nate Robinson. So hopefully he watches it. Hope other fans watch this and take a look at my perspective about his career and stuff like that. What it means to me, what it should mean to everyone else, and then now it should mean even more. Put a lot of things in perspective for his career, and stuff like that, and just truly shows how great he is, man. Especially for him to go into the boxing ring, against one of the Paul brothers there, and he did get knocked out. So now that makes me feel bad because if you're dealing with this disease, the kidney failure and stuff, and then you got yourself in the boxing shape, and you showed up in a professional boxing ring, you know what I'm saying, knowing that you have these things going on with you, man, that's a lot of courage, man. Like I said, dinosaur nuts, man. This guy got dinosaur balls, man. So shout out to Nate, Kryptonate, Nate the Great. Anything that you want to say, man, this is my tribute to you, my Knicks Spotlight. And shout out to you, man. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb, salute. That's what I do when I see a diehard, and I'm saluting my man Nate for having such a great career, for being such a good father too, man. I wish I had that queued up. Beautiful father. His kids are all becoming, adults now, and they're in high school. All of them are playing sports. The young lady, his daughter, plays basketball really well. The older son plays football, and I believe the middle son he plays both. I think basketball and football. They all play. The older one plays basketball too, but we'll see where their career goes, down the line, man. But as far as Nate Robinson, man, excellent overall, beautiful family man. Shout out to your sister, shout out to your brother, shout out to your moms, shout out to Seattle, all your friends over there that you touched over there in your basketball career. Like I said, once again, shout out to your beautiful children. And this is my dedication to you, my brother, man. You know, stay up, stay strong, and we're praying for you, man. So it's your boy Ebru. Peace.